We're losing focus here. The focus needs to be, he just said Jordon Hudson is driving that program into the ground. They're embarrassing UNC. And I do think that's something we haven't maybe touched on quite enough. And I don't know if people realize this, what kind of a school UNC is. UNC is an elite academic institution. They, yes, are a basketball school, but they are an absolutely elite academic institution, Fitzy. And I don't know if everybody knows that, if you're sort of familiar with where they are.
Very much so. My brother had just about a full ride down there.
So that is like the type of institution.
He went to Harvard instead.
Be a better brag if it was him that had the full ride. Yeah. To brag about your brother is less impressive. No offense, Fitzy.
I was happy. He was desperate to go to school there. Said it was the most beautiful campus he's ever seen. Nicest place, incredible academia, chill people. Just everything, and no one ever has a bad word to say about it. And yes, crazy thing is because they're known for their basketball, Andy, everybody forgets that they are up there on par with Duke, Vanderbilt, and many of the academic elite of the South.
So that is the environment in which Bill Belichick is existing, is making PR missteps, however Stiz may want to quantify and clarify them. PR missteps at a place, as you said, whether it's Duke, Vanderbilt, I'd say Boston College. If you embarrass Boston College and you're part of the athletic program, you're probably out because they're not an athletic institution. They are an institution of higher learning first, and that's where he's doing it. This isn't, if this were Georgia, Alabama, football factory type schools, no disrespect to them.
Oh, Urban Meyer had people, borderline dead bodies, literally like swept under rugs. You had Tim Tebow. I'm not really making it up. Tim Tebow getting in the way of fights with Aaron Hernandez, hiding photos of him with guns, like all the things they had to do. And that was just so that the Swamp could win, you know. And now North Carolina, with its pristine campus, its pristine buildings, its sterling reputation, doesn't want Belichick futzing around at a Northeastern beauty pageant with his child bride. I mean, my God.
And I will add one more layer. They might let him futz around, Fitzy.
It's a great word, by the way.
It's not bad.
Futz is a fun word.
Makes us, we're a little older than Pablo Torre.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, let me do it for Pablo. They don't want him yucking the yum of the university.
Well, guess what? They might let him yuck his yums if he was, I don't know, ranked in the preseason top 10. If he, I don't know, brought in elite talent and everybody was like, oh, my God, wait till you see this recruiting class. There's 17 first-round picks on the roster. The quarterback's going to win the Heisman.
Arch Manning insisted that he transfer out of Texas to go to UNC.
Instead, he's the 80th ranked program with the 43rd ranked recruiting class, no quarterback, and a widely held belief in ACC coaching circles that the team is going to stink. Absolutely stink. So you're an embarrassment. Urban Meyer may have been an embarrassment, but Urban Meyer was pursuing national titles with a roster of guys that either were first-round picks from Florida or ended up somewhere else and were first-round picks from the somewhere else after they got kicked out of Florida. Like, there was a ridiculous amount of talent at Florida. There's no talent. There's no expectation of winning. There is just embarrassment. So I would ask you, if you're North Carolina, why are you keeping him? Not the opposite, like why would you get rid of him? At this point, have you reached the point where it's, why are you keeping him? And before I go to you, Fitzy, I'll let you formulate an opinion because I feel like the passionate defender of Belichick should probably get to answer that first. So, Stiz, if you're North Carolina, why are you keeping Bill Belichick right now?
There's only one thing that's going on right here with Bill Belichick, UNC, the media, witch hunts, fake news.
Because they jealous of us.
End of story.
Wait, you think they're jealous of being ranked behind Navy, Army, and Air Force? They're jealous of your best pass rusher leaving in the spring transfer portal to go to a different school? You think they're embarrassed? I mean, jealous of being ranked 80th?
That's money. The kid left for money. We don't have a quarterback right now yet. The season
money?
hasn't started.
You mean the $20 million you're spending on the roster, similar to what Ohio State spent on its roster last year to win a national title, and you're ranked 80th in the country?
Once that first snap is snapped, you best believe the greatest mind in football history is going to do what he does best, and that's win football games. And all this noise is going to go to bed because winning solves everything, and that's what Bill Belichick does.
Oh, I actually agree. Winning solves everything. Mm-hmm. And if it were 15 years ago, that was all he did. What did he win his last season in New England, Fitzy? I forget.
It was 4 games.
Oh, 4 whole games. Even at North Carolina, where they don't play as many games, 4 will not be enough to save his job.
It's pretty easy not to forget how those last couple of seasons went.
Bill Belichick will be out at North Carolina. It's just when. Like, I now firmly believe that. Ted was so far ahead of the curve.
Are you in Ted
May
Nation
1st.
now?
Wow. Because he's not going to win enough games this year to overcome the PR adversity that he's created for a high-level academic institution. They're not going to put the other thing, so he'll be 74 heading into his second season where your fingers crossed he'll be less
He's
embarrassing
just entering
and win
his
more.
prime.
Prime of what? Prime of what? So, Fitzy, why are they keeping him around? Just to save face?
No, if they thought this was damaging to their season, damaging to their fan base, damaging to the brand and the university, they would move on, and the investment made by the boosters, they would move on ASAMFP. They don't care about succession plans with Steve, who had to relocate from where, or what was agreed to previously. I think they're holding on to him, most especially just because there's a fundamental belief that he'll be able to use his coaching skills, research acumen, and gridiron brilliance to find a way to turn this chicken blank that he has helped cook up into some chicken salad. Maybe not even, I don't know, maybe even chicken cordon bleu or chicken a la king. Something very quite tasty that everyone can enjoy.
More likely Bill Belichick wins 10 games or 4?
This year?
No, 3 years from now.
So more likely he wins 10 or 4. In this season, 4.
Yeah. If he wins 4, like he did in his final season in Foxborough, there will also be a mutual parting of ways amicably that we'll later find out that whatever that guy's name is that ripped his sleeves off, or they fired his ass, that he was fired. And as the 508 says, Nantucket Whalers high school football team won't take him if Jordon is part of the deal. That's how damaged he is. And
all right, let me ask you this question now. Everything that he's gone through, guys, Stiz, you too, the producer's box, Andy, everybody, what do you think now, with all the headaches Bill is dealing with? Like, there were some jokes made after he didn't get an NFL job that he may just want to, go Ted Lasso style and go coach his kid's soccer team or something, like literally go coach like lacrosse on Nantucket. Do you think he wishes he kind of did?
Oh, sure. No, I do. Oh, this is a disaster. The only thing I don't know is if he has his wits about him. I don't know if he knows how embarrassing this is.
Yeah, because didn't Albert Breer, report just today, that Bill is aware of what's being said and what's going on, and that they are actively trying to steer the narrative in a different direction.
More than just actively, they've hired somebody who used to do PR for the Chicago Bears to help try to reprogram the narrative around him. Like, he knows how bad the storylines surrounding.
I'm not sure he does. I think he knows it's bad. I'm not sure how bad I don't know if he knows
how bad this
in
is.
New England a 508 number is saying Nantucket wouldn't hire him. I don't know if it's reached that level. I think he probably feels like nationally, superficially, in the TMZ world, there's been some slings and arrows or whatever you want to call it. He's hurt his fan base. We have a guy in the studio with his hand raised right now wanting to speak on the show named Stiz, who cut ties with Bill Belichick 2 weeks ago. Now, he's slowly repaired some of those ties and is doing his best to defend him, but some of his staunchest supporters no longer support Bill Belichick. I don't know if he realizes it's that
Let
bad.
me ask you this, Andy. When Tom Brady night, Bill Belichick comes out, right? 5-minute round of applause.
Yeah.
Let's say that didn't happen, 6 months ago, whatever it was. It happened next week.
Yeah.
Do you think he still gets the same applause? Because I do.
I think he would get applause. I don't think it would be as powerful and as long.
No.
He's lost some people. There's people that are flat out uncomfortable with what he's doing with his life. Some of those people are in his inner circle. I can tell you some of those people would be there. Some of those people would be there with Bill Belichick and would be uncomfortable with how much they cheer and support. That's the damage that I'm not sure he's aware of. This isn't just social media.
Yeah, no. But
winning.
So, what fixes
Stiz is
it
right.
now?
If he could go 10-2 or whatever,
9-3 this fall, and all of a sudden everyone
playoffs, get to the playoffs. If you can get to the playoffs, you might have a chance to salvage this. I don't think it's realistic. 617-779-7937. How does Bill Belichick salvage his career at North Carolina? His legacy in the world of football? Is the damage done, my friend? We'll continue to break down the latest news from Pablo Torre that Bill Belichick absolutely could be out at some point at North Carolina.